Misinformation. Humanity's own viral infection. Misinformation is like a virus, a real nuisance in today's world, with the power to affect everything from health to politics.
It spreads fast, finds weaknesses, mutates to dodge detection, and wreaks havoc wherever it lands.
Think about it. Viruses travel rapidly through people, and misinformation does the same through society, molding behaviors in ways that are tough to control. The effects, they can be immediate or long-lasting, but either way, they disrupt our lives in major ways.
The viral spread of misinformation spreads just like a virus.
It jumps from one person to another, whether it's face-to-face or, more commonly, on social media. Thanks to platforms like Twitter or Facebook, it can reach millions in minutes.
But misinformation isn't like a virus that needs a biological host. It relies on human psychology.
Misinformation loves our cognitive biases,
like confirmation bias, where we're more likely to believe things that align with our views. It's like having a weak immune system. Misinformation just digs in and spreads.
It gets a boost from echo chambers and algorithms designed to grab our attention, sometimes at the expense of the truth. The result?
Our minds get infected, with falsehoods multiplying in a way that's hard to control.
Mutation and adaptation. The evolution of misinformation.
Like viruses, can mutate and adapt.
Viruses evolve to escape the immune system and find new hosts. Misinformation does the same by shifting and evolving to stay relevant.
Whether it's repackaging old theories or twisting new events, it finds ways to appeal to people.
This makes misinformation tough to fight. Just like viruses can resist treatments, misinformation adapts to sidestep fact checks and debunking efforts.
The more we push back, the more it changes and spreads, using new tech to get the job done.
The impact on society and misinformation can both cause widespread harm. Misinformation shapes decisions and actions, sometimes in ways that harm public health or create social divides.
It's like a virus that overwhelms a healthcare system. Misinformation strains society by encouraging behavior that disrupts harmony, stability, and even government structures.
Think of misinformation as a mental contagion, traveling through social networks and altering perceptions.
Over time, it eats away at our ability to separate fact from fiction. As society gets more fragmented, the impact gets worse, like a virus outbreak straining every part of the system. Immune responses, fact-checking, and media literacy, just like viruses, are fought with immune responses. Misinformation needs its own defenses: critical thinking, media literacy, and fact-checking. But just as vaccines aren't a cure-all for viruses, fact-checking alone can't completely stop misinformation. When one piece of misinformation gets debunked, another pops up, sometimes reworked to seem even more convincing.
Misinformation often preys on those without strong defenses, like how viruses target the immunocompromised.
People without good media literacy or access to reliable info are at risk. Education and awareness campaigns can help build our defenses, giving people the skills they need to think critically and evaluate information.
Herd immunity and the role.
Social cohesion. Herd immunity happens when enough people are immune to prevent a virus from spreading.
The same idea applies to misinformation.
If enough people can spot and reject it, we can limit its spread.
But unlike a virus, misinformation doesn't need a host.
It survives as long as platforms and systems support it.
This kind of herd immunity shows why we all need to pitch in.
Those who are informed can help spread accurate info and push back against misinformation, creating an environment where it struggles to thrive.
Conclusion: building resilience against the misinformation virus. The parallels between misinformation and viruses give us a framework for tackling this issue. Seeing misinformation as a viral force helps us understand how it works, what it does, and how to fight it. Like a virus, it exploits weaknesses, adapts, and can have serious effects. Combating it takes a layered approach, involving education, media literacy, and a commitment to sharing accurate information. In the end, fighting misinformation requires both individual and collective action.
By promoting critical thinking and resilience, we can build up our defenses against misinformation and safeguard ourselves against its reach.